We're in Wichita, Kansas, the Hyatt Regency Hotel. This is our view out the window.
This is our second trip to Wichita, both times for a half marathon. We're in the same hotel overlooking the Arkansas River.
The drive was long.
The drive was long, but I'd do it again in a heartbeat. I love the way this town is put together, and there's a lot of historical architecture. The Arkansas River has a very nice river walk. Down by the riverside. I hear a goose, but I don't see the goose. Oh, they're down there, okay. We're running a half marathon in the morning and then jumping back in the car and heading back home tomorrow, much like we did last time we were here. I don't remember how much of that I got on film, but we had to get out of town because an ice storm was coming in. But anyway, that was hopefully that won't be the case this time. But it's really pretty out here. It's cool. The fall weather is hitting. The river is very pretty. I think it was flooding last time. It was high. I want to get a better shot of the keeper of the plains. This video is going to be all chopped up and jumbled up, but maybe it'll be fun. Race packet pickup. You have to get in this line every time you go do a race. Keep your t-shirt, your bib, and all that.
Like, I am in expo mode. I am crazy.
Not lying.
We're gonna...
So I want to get a shot of this city scene here. Look at that. You can hear the bell ringing up in the distance, but next thing is to go see a Frank Lloyd Wright house, but we can't show it to you because you can't film inside, but I'll show you the outside when we get there.
There's really something to do while we're in Wichita. Because town, we went to see the bison, and I was like, well, is there anything to do in town? And it was like, oh yeah, there's this Frank Lloyd Wright house. So
yeah, I love that kind of decor and architecture, and Stacey and I both do. But yeah, some of these places are really particular about any kind of filming. So this is the outside of the Frank Lloyd Wright house. Frank Lloyd Wright was a mid-century style architect. I'm a fan of his work. I actually filmed this already but forgot to hit record, so just look at it. And it's on this quiet street, mostly quiet street, here in Wichita. Some very nice houses around here. Stacey is amped.
I am amped. It was fun finding something local to do because last time we came here we went to the bison, which was a couple hours away.
It was also awesome.
It was awesome. But I was like, what am I going to do on this trip? And then I found this house and I'm like, this is great.
This is right up both of our alley. So it's a very nice house. And as you can see, it's a very large house. And it's got a wall around it. And this neat statue. So we're gonna make our way inside and we'll see you when we get out. I'm sure that there's some kind of information about this place on the internet. So if you want to see the inside, I'm sure there are pictures. They probably have a website. Very beautiful place. It is a beautiful place, and I'm really sad I couldn't show you the inside.
There's a 3-hour like super fan tour, and they let you go into like this guest house, and I don't know, it's a little bit more in depth than I think we were ready to do today.
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
I didn't really want to be on my feet for 3 hours.
Right. Very, very beautiful. Frank Lloyd Wright. His architecture is just amazing. I'd live in it. So we just got done with this tour.
Man, this tour was grueling. I'm so glad we didn't do the 3-hour one. I've been standing up here.
Yeah, it's a museum, so you can't touch anything, and it's a house museum, so you see chairs and stuff everywhere, but you can't sit on them. They do have chairs for you to sit in. But
I cannot stand New York.
it's a great museum, and there's something I was wrong about. It's not mid-century, because this came before mid-century, but it looks mid-century, and people get Art Deco mixed up with Frank Lloyd Wright.
The prairie style.
Prairie style, and he did not like Art Deco, but they're very similar, which is
I
weird.
love Art Deco.
Yeah, I love
Everybody
Art.
in there they're all architects, and I was like, yeah, Art Deco sucks. So I was like, what are you talking about? Art Deco is cool.
Yeah, so,
I didn't say anything. I just silently judged them.
so I said wrong at the beginning. It's not mid-century. It's Frank Lloyd Wright. I think there's some connections in there somewhere. Something stemmed from something else, but it's a very impressive tour. Now we're in the half marathon. Long ago, I was in a conversation with someone who had traveled, and I told them I really wanted to see other places. They told me, it's all the same. Well, it is and it isn't. On the surface, places can be very similar, but each place has its own soul, and Wichita's really draws me. I'm always dreaming about that town way off over the horizon I've never seen before. Places beyond what you know, farther than you would drive on a day trip. Out there are towns that are bustling, full of life. Wherever Stacey and I travel, I'm always wondering, what's just beyond? Both times we've come to Wichita, we've found magic. And the best way I've always said to see a city is on foot. About halfway through this half marathon. Y'all pray. And sometimes your feet hurt. But seeing a city intimately is worth it. Thank you. And at the end of the race, the keeper of the plains. We'll get a better look in the next video. So we are coming up on the end of this half marathon. This is a lot more, it's about as painful as I remembered, and a lot more painful than I was hoping it was going to be. But we're almost to the end. Alright, so we finished the half marathon. And we're walking back to the room so that we can take a quick shower, throw everything in the car, and get back down the road.
Yeah, but I fell down in mile 8 and hit my face.
Yeah, Stacey face planted at mile 8, and it was a dip, and it was like old road, kind of like this, but patched up, and there was a little lip, and she tripped. Really easy to do.
And I have remorse because some guy was like, "Are you okay?" And I go, "Not really." And it's like, he didn't mean that. He was just like, he really just meant, "I'm sorry you fell. I'm just checking on you like a nice human being." And I was like, you know, like not really that nice to him. But I almost think if someone falls down, you should just be like, "Oh, I'm sorry that happened to you. Do you need assistance?" Because then you can be like, "No," because I was fine, but I wasn't fine. You know what I mean? I felt like crying.
So if it looks like Stacey has a black eye later, it's because of that, not because I run house
I don't know what
straight.
it's doing. It's like there's like no, maybe I don't know. I got ice from the medic, and I didn't really get scraped up that bad. I think because my hands were so swollen, they just sort of popped off the ground. I mean, I'm not as wounded as it looked like I should have been from the sound it made when I hit my face at the ground.
Well, that's definitely a plus. I guess
I mean, praise the Lord, it was not bad, and I was able to continue.
Yeah. I'm just glad the whole thing's over,
The whole thing is over.
and we're gonna get rest for a few minutes and then take off.
Our time was pretty good overall. Like, we were cruising along pretty good, but when I had to wait for the ice and everything, that was like a 17-minute mile.
Yeah.
So we ended up with like 15-minute mile overall, which is decent. Like, and we feel pretty good. So I would say it's the win. The weather was perfect.